interchanging the values in two variables, right? So here I took number 1 and number 2. Number 1 contains 20, number 2 contains 30. So after swapping, what will be the result? After swapping, what is the result? What should be the result here from this? Number 1 should contain what? 30. Number 2 should contain what? 20. So for that, how many techniques we discussed? We can use a temporary variable. Correct. Using temporary variable, how we can do the swapping? Store, look, okay, we will, I'm just commenting this part again. So, if I am doing number 1 equal to number 2, and number 2 equal to number 1, what is happening here? It is not getting swapped, right? In this first line, number 1 value is updating. So the previous value we will not get. Correct. So what we have to do? We can use a temporary variable. Int number 3 we are taking. Number 3 equal to what? We can preserve one of the data. It can be number 1 or number 2. Here we are taking number 1. So we are preserving this data. Otherwise this data will get updated. We will not get this value again. So number 1 is storing in a temporary variable. After that, number 1 is updating with the number 2. So number 2 value is there in number 2 and number 1 right now in this line. Correct. Then after this, number 2 we can update with what? It is not actually number 1. We should update with, where is number 1 value right now? In number 3. Because number 1 value is updating here. So the previous value we cannot get in this line. Correct. So we have to take that from preserved variable. Any doubt? So this is using temporary variable. So if I am swapping two integer datas or number datas, then I can use this temporary variable concept, or I can also use arithmetic calculations to swap. Correct. Because the values are number kind of value, so I can perform any arithmetic operation on that value. If it is a string data, if I am considering two datas are string, or if I am considering two datas are different data type other than number data type, can I perform arithmetic operation on that? No. So only for, so if it is a number data type, then we can use temporary, like we can swap using temporary variable, or also we can swap using some arithmetic operations. If it is not a number data, then how we can swap? We can swap only using this temporary variable. Understanding the difference? Right, there is a difference between two number datas and non-number datas, right? Numeric data and non-numeric data. Correct. On numeric data, I can perform any arithmetic operation. Correct. So swapping technique I can use with temporary variable, or without temporary variable also I can perform swapping. But one point is, it should be the data should be integer or number. Then only I can use arithmetic operation for swapping. Otherwise I have to use temporary variable. That idea is clear, right? Then how many things we discussed, like how we can perform the operation of okay, this is swapping using temporary variable. We are storing that first value into num3. Num3 is our temporary variable here, and we are updating num2 in num1. At last, the preserved data we are storing back into this num2. So num1 will contain what? Num2 value. num2 will contain what? The previous value of num1. Any doubt? So this is normal swapping using temporary variable. How we can swap using arithmetic operations? So what is happening here in that expression? What we are doing in this? We are finding the sum of number 1 and number 2, and we are updating in number 1. Then what is happening in next line? That sum value minus number 2, right? Here the number 1 value is, actually the number 1 value is, this is not the number 1 value. Number 1 value is 20 and number 2 value is 30. So here, first of all, the number 1 value is 20 and number 2 is 30. So what we are doing in this line? Number 1 plus number 2. What is the result? 50. Correct. 20 plus 30. Then, so right now, number 1 is 50. Number 1 data was 20. So that 20 is disappeared, right? So we have to take that 20 data back. How we can get the 20 data using 50 and number 2 value? Number 2 value is 30. Number 1 value is 50 now. So how we can get? The total value minus number 2. Correct. There we will get the previous number 1 value. That we are updating in number 2. Correct? Are you confusing now? This is the logic we did, right? First we did 20 plus 30. Number 1 plus number 2. What is the result? 50. That we are updating in number 1. That means our 20 data is replacing with that result. So 20 data is gone. We have to find out that. How we can find out that 20 data? Using this 50 and 30. So what is the logic here? 50 minus, so number 1 minus number 2. Number 2 is 30. What we will get? 20. So this I am storing where? In number 2. So previous value of number 1 is there in number 2 right now. Then our 30 data, the previous value of number 2 is 30, that got updated with the 20, right? So how can I get the 30 back? And where should I keep that 30? In number 1, right? So number 1 equal to total value is in number 1. Number 1 minus number 2. Number 2 is 20. So number 1 minus 50 minus 20 is 30. That we are storing where? In number 1. Then the swapping logic is done. Correct. So how we can write this as a expression? Number 1. What we are doing? Number 1 plus number 2. And we are storing that in number 1. So how we can write that equation? Plus number 2. This is the equation, right? This is number 1. This is number 2, and we are updating that result, some result in number 1. So this expression we can write in number 1 plus equal to. Correct? Plus equal to operator we learned. Then what is next? Number 2. Here the next one, number 1 minus number 2. Correct? So number 2 equal to, and we are storing that in number 2. So number 2 equal to number 1 minus number 2. Number 1 minus number 2. That result we are storing in number 2. Correct? Any doubt? So can I write here number 2 minus equal to number 2? No, right? The order is different. If it is like before and after equal to, if we are finding number 2, same variable. Before and after equal to, if we are finding same, then I can write the expression in this format. Correct? If I am finding before and after equal to same variable name, then I can write the expression in this format. Here before and after equal to, we are finding different variables, so I cannot convert that into shorthand form. Clear? Understanding this concept? Any doubt? Okay. Then what is the third one? Number 1. You can see here, third equation is this one. So I am doing number 1 minus number 2. Correct? Number 1 minus number 2. Number 2 is the last value in number 2. 20 is the last value in number 2. So number 1 minus number 2 equal to, where I am storing that value? In number 1 itself. So number 1 will become 30 here. So number 1 equal to number 1 minus number 2. Can you find out like before and after equal to same variable? Then you can write that in this format. Any doubt? So this is the logic, arithmetic logic of swapping. Using arithmetic operations, we can do the swapping. Any doubt? So the datas will be swapped. For verifying, you can just print in this way. What we can print? System.out.println number 1 value, number 1, number 2 value, number 2. This we can swap before and after. Then only we can identify the difference. What data, like how data is getting swapped. Correct? Before and after swapping logic. Before and after swapping logic, we have to print number 1 and number 2 value. So what we will get from this expression, I think all other logics, no, this I should keep as comment. Any other logics? No, nothing is there. So I am going to perform this code. First time number 1 value is 20, number 2 value is 30. Second time after swapping, number 1 value is 30, number 2 value is 20. Any doubt? So using arithmetic logic or without using temporary variable, we did the swapping. Any other logics are there? We discussed about one more logic just before. What is that? How can I do? So if I am multiplying number 1 and number 2, if I am multiplying number 1 and number 2, what is number 1? First time, what is number 1? 20. How if I am multiplying number 1 and number 2, what will I get? So 20 into 30 equal to 600. Then right now I am updating that 600 in number 1. Then how can I get this 20 from 630? So 600 by 30, and where I am updating this, what will I get? 20. I am updating this value in number 2. Correct? So I lost this 30 value right now. How can I get 30 value back? How can I get 30 value? What is the data right now? What is the data in number 1? 600. Number 2? 20. Number 2? 20. So how can I get 30? 600 by 20, right? 20 is number 2. Number 1 by number 2. Where I am updating this data? In number 1. How can I write this in equation format? Number 1, like I am number 1 into number 2, this result I am storing in number 1. So number 1 into equal to number 2. Correct? What will I get here in this line? 600. Correct? Same logic, right? There is no difference. Then number 2 equal to number 1 divided by number 2. Number 1 is 600, number 2 is 30. Correct? Number 1 is 600, number 2 is 30. So 600 by 30 is what? 20 I will get here. That is our plan, right? That was the plan. Here also 620. We are getting 620. Then third equation. Number 1 divided by equal to number 2. What is number 1? 600. What is number 2 now? Number 2 is now 20. So 600 divided by 20 is what? 30, right? And that we are storing in number 1. Is this data swapped? Previously number 1 was 20. Now number 2 is 20. Previously number 2 was 30. Here now number 2 is number 1 is 30. Understanding? So we are printing number 1 and number 2. Let's see what we will get in output. Is that same? Swapping is done, right? So we discuss, this is the third technique. And all these other techniques, these arithmetic techniques, we can only work out in number values. That is the only one disadvantage. Correct? Then I also introduced one more thing. What is that? What is XOR? If both are same numbers. Okay, XOR logic you are saying, right? Okay. How can I implement that here? You have to do that in your paper, then only you will understand. Because this is something which is related to bits. Correct? So you have to perform this in your paper. Then only you will understand what is happening here. So perform this logic in your paper and let me know. Number 1 XOR number 2. If I am doing number 1 XOR number 2, what is number 1? 20. What is the binary representation of 20? 20. 16 anyway will be there. Then 16 will be there. Then 16 plus 4 is 20, right? So 0, 1, 0, 0. Right? This will be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 and 4 will be 1. That is the logic, right? Then, what about 30? 1, 1, 1, 0. 2 zeros. 0, 0, 2 zeros, right? Like 16 plus 8 plus 4. What is 16 plus 8 plus 8 plus 4? Also we required one more data.
Sir, 4 ones and 1 0.
4 ones and 1 0. Correct. 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2. 30, right? Fine. So if we are doing XOR in these binary numbers, what will I get? 0 and 0. What will I get? 0 and 0 is 0 and if same datas are coming, then false or true? Confusion, right? Note down that true table. Same value is 0. Same value is coming, so we will get 0. Then in next position, 0 and 1, what we will get? 1. Different value means 1. Same value 0. Okay. Then again 1 and 1 is coming. Same value, so 0. Fourth position, 1. Fifth position, 0. What is the data? It is 10. Then now we are updating 10 in number 1. So number 1 is 10 right now. Correct. Number 2 is 30 itself. Okay, so 10 1 0 1 0 XOR what is number 2? Number 2 already it is there, right? 30. Copy, paste. Do again XOR. Here I am taking 0. 0 0 will be 0. No, correct. Same data is 0. Then again 0. Then 1 0 1. Correct. What is this value? This value is 20. Understanding? You don't have to calculate, actually that value same is coming here also. 20. Again in next line. 0 1 0 1 0 like 10. Then 1 0 1 0 0 30. Correct, because number 2 is right now it is 30, right? Number 2 is 30 or 20 sorry 20 and 10 and 20 we are doing right now. What we will get? 0 1 1 1 1. Correct. That is 30 only, right? So number 1 is 30, number 2 is 20. Data is swapped or what? So using XOR logic also, we have lot of logics, but we are not going into that depth. I just wanted to show you this logics like arithmetic operations or bitwise operations, that this also we can use in different areas. Any doubt? Any doubt? So 4 techniques we learned, right? Using using third variable, then arithmetic operation, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, XOR. Any doubt in this techniques? Okay. Then any other programs like from that 10 program, first 10 program, any programs are there which you have to know or which you have to see what is the code? What was the first program? That already we did, right? Okay, then next one. Average. Average is easy, right? Average of 3 number. You can take 3 variable and create a method where that method will take how many datas? That I will discuss. Okay, good. So one method you have to write for finding average, right? That method will take how many datas? 3 data as parameter, right? So we have to pass that 3 data from main method. It will find out the average for us. What is the logic of finding average? Find the sum of all data, so that we can do in different way. So I will show you the modularity, like modular programming. I am just removing this all codes. Do you have any doubt in this? No. So I have already I am using some methods. I can keep this method here or I can remove. Only if I am calling that from main method it will perform, right? Otherwise it will be just inside the program, that's it. So here I required one method for doing that average. How can I create a method? Public static int. I can also use double or float, get average of 3 values. Then how many data is required? 3. Okay, int n1, int n2, int n3. Then what is the logic? Return n1 plus n2 plus n3. This we have to keep inside a bracket the result divided by 3. Correct. Don't give directly divided by 3 with n3. It will first divide n3 divided by 3, then it will add. Operator precedence. That is why we are keeping this bracket. Any doubt? So this will give us the value, right? Whatever value we are passing, based on that it will print the data. So average get average of 3 value first data I am passing is 10, 20, 30. What will be the average? 20, right? Average is already done, right, in aptitude. If I am saying 10, 20, 30, what is the average? You don't have to calculate. 20 will be the average, right? What is that concept? What is AP? Arithmetic? What does that means? Difference will be equal, right? Here the difference is equal, right? If the difference, common difference between 10 and 20 is 10. Difference between 20 and 30 is 10. If I am giving a data in that same like AP data I am giving, and I am saying to find out the average, how you will find out? You don't have to calculate. Find the middle one. Correct? What is the middle one here? So we will perform the code. 20. Correct. So the problem here the problem is this method will only work for 3 data. If I am giving 3 data, it will find out the average of 3 value. Correct. Because we specified in the method creation, we specified 3 data. No. We specified 3 data. So we can only use this method with the 3 data. Any doubt in that? No, right? This value you can store in a variable and you can pass that variables here. That is your wish. I just wanted to show you this. And also, this is not only the one way we can create the program. Here what I am doing actually, finding the sum, right? So what I will do is, what we are doing right now, what is happening here? First, in main method, what is this line? So before printing, we will go to the method call, right? So get average of 3 values, and we will go to that method with the 3 data, correct? This is the method. We came to this method and here we are initializing each data into these parameters, and before only one statement is there. What is the statement? Return. In that return we are doing what? Calling another method. and also we are performing division operation we will perform only when we are coming back from the method. Here we are calling one method, we will go to that method first, then while coming back we will perform the division. So we are going to the method now. Method with the same that three values, right? n1, n2, n3, which is passing from main method. With that same value we are going to some method also. What we are doing here, return n1 plus n2 plus n3. So the result will be passing and the result will come into this position. Result divided by 3. This result will again pass to main method. So what we will get at last? That result will be same, right? Result will be same. But the advantage is what? Advantage of this technique is what? I can even use sum, I can find sum, or I can find average. Both functionalities are there here. Correct? If I am calling average method is directly calling sum and performing the logic. I can also directly call from the main method, I can also directly call what will be the result of this expression now? Which statement will perform first? This printing statement will perform, right? What data it will print? What is the value? It is a simple value to calculate. Calculate it. 700, right? Sum equal to 700 it will print. Then in next line it is going to average. So functionality is added, right? I can use even finding sum, or I can even use finding average. So in this way, every time when you are doing a program, when you are creating a program, try to make different logics in different method, so that functionality is increasing. So if I have to perform any other logics here in my program, I can just directly use that method inside another method, right? Method can be called another method. One method can call another method. Understanding? Inside a method I cannot create another method. Creation is not possible, but I can call. From anywhere I can call another method. Getting my point? Is that clear, everyone? Any doubts? If you have doubt, you can raise your hands. I will explain again. N1, N2, N3. Yes. This method is for finding sum. This here, right? This method is for finding sum. So that sum we will get here, and we are dividing with the 3. This is average method. This is sum method. Any doubts? Understanding? Fine. What is the next program that I given yesterday? Swapping already we discussed. Next one. That also we discussed. Next one. Circle. You can do that, right? It is same only. Then what is the equation of perimeter of triangle? We have lot of equations in that. We will take the simple one. A plus B plus C. That you can do easily. Then any other program? That we already did. Then can you do that program, meter to centimeter? Next one. Okay, next one. inches. There you have to find out the equation. You can directly apply the equation. Next,
Temperature.
temperature conversion. That is also same conversion only, right? All conversion programs are easy. You can just create that whatever data is required, that you can create there, and you can find out the other data. So Fahrenheit equation you can get from Fahrenheit to Celsius equation you can get from Google. Apply that equation directly, you will get the result. While applying equation, you have to figure out which operation is performing first. That you have to keep in bracket. These are the things you have to focus. Then any other? Okay. Read. Show me that. Last one. No, I am talking about the first 10. One more question is the 14 questions are there, right? 14, right? Okay. What is 11th question?
Fahrenheit to Celsius.
12th one that we already discussed. 13 distance. Then what we have to do? After taking distance, what we have to do? Read the question. Distance and time is required. After getting the distance and time, then what we have to do? Find the display the speed in meter per second and kilometer per second, right? Okay. So can you do that program? That is also easy, right? You are taking what? Distance and you are taking distance and time. Distance can be in meter. If it is in meter, you can directly find out meter per second. Correct? Meter per second. How you can find out kilometer per second? Meter value you have to convert to kilometer. So you can find out kilometer per second. Understanding? Understanding that? What is that? That question is not there with. This one will be a not that big program. It will be a challenging one for the first time. How many of you are understanding the last program, 14th program? You are understanding, right? Completed. Good. So 35,000, I am saying 35,000, this 34,583 is my amount. I want to get this amount in a minimum number of notes, with minimum number of notes. The notes available in market is this 2,500, 200, 150, 20, 10, 5, 2, 1. So based on this, you have to let me know what will be the how many number of notes you will use. Notes and coin, anything. How many number of units you will use. Oh, this is the same logic. When we are going to a bank, we have to note that how many currencies we are using, right? Amount of currency and also the value, total amount. So same logic is applied here. Give me the minimum number of currency unit that I have to use. Do it in a paper. Do it in a paper. So we can get the the amount. 22 is required. I am getting 17 from him, man. Check again. 20 is required. Okay. Check again. So, what is the logic here? If I am saying minimum number of note, what is the logic?
have to do
Okay. Okay. So how many 2000 notes I can use for this? 17. 17, right? Then after calculating this 17, how many datas are remaining? 583 is remaining, right? Okay. So in 583, how many 500s are there? One 500 is there. Then in 200, nothing is required. 100, then 150 is required. Okay, then 120, 110 is also required. Then 5 is not required. 2 is taking. 1 is also taking. So calculate this 1 2. So it is 3, 13 plus 20, 33, right? 33 plus 50, 83. 83 plus 500, 583. Then 17 into 2000, 34,000 plus 83. Whatever the data that we have to first into multiply with that unit. Here because of 1 I am not multiplying, that's it. Correct. Whatever the value is that we have to multiply with the unit and add it. Correct. So how many notes are required? 6 plus 17, 23. Good. I already said units, so it can be notes or coin, anything. How many minimum units are required, right? So it is 23. 23 units are 23 total units are required to make this amount. This is the same logic you have to apply in years, that calculation. What is that program? Minutes? No. Years, days, minutes, hours, minutes and seconds. So here the calculation we are easily understanding because we know, like we are using this always. So same calculation we have to use in our years. So we can consider what is the data given there. What is the data given there in that program? 30 300 Okay, this is in minute. In 1 year how many minutes are there? So first we have to start from minute. How many minutes are there in 1 hour? How many minutes are there in 1 hour? 60. How many minutes are there in 1 day? 24 into 60 will be the, okay, then again how many? 5 lakh, correct. 5 lakh 25,600, correct. This will be the minutes in 1 year. Then after 1 year, 1 day. In 1 day how many minutes are there? 1440. Then how many minutes are there in 1 hour? How many minutes are, like remaining is minute only, right? Fine. So how can I convert this into years, hours, minutes and seconds? Like not seconds actually. Years, days, minutes, hours and minutes. Years, days, hours and minutes. So how many minute? 5,000 like 5,25,600 minutes. How many 5,25,600 minutes are there in this value? How many minutes are there? Divide it. How many minutes are there? How many these units are there? This is 1 unit. So how many this unit is there in this one? 57. 5 will be okay, right? It is already 5 lakh. This is 30 lakh only, right? Five units. Okay. So after this 5 unit, how many remaining minutes are there? How we can find out? After this 5 units, how many remaining? After this 5 unit. So this value into 5, what is the result? This value into 5, 70. Check again. Okay, you are talking about that remaining data, right? Understanding. My question is this value into 5. What is the result? 2628. Okay. So what is the difference between these two? Can you find out? Subtract. That we have to find out in these remaining data, right? 37201. So in this, how many 1440 is there? Here 0 is there. Okay. So in this value, how many 1440 is there? How many 14400 is there? Like 1440 is there in this value. This is the remaining minutes right now after calculating the maximum years. Correct? This is the same logic we did in unit like 258. Okay, 258. Correct. Then after 258, so you can calculate this into this one. Multiply these two values. What is that? 3,71,520. What is the difference? 490. 490. Confirm. 490. So in 490, how many 60s are there? 8. Correct. Then remaining 60 into 8 is what? 480, right? Remaining is 10. How many 10s are there here? Like how many 1s are there in 10? 10, right? Is this the same output you are getting in question? Like test case is already there, right? 5 years, 258 days, 8 hours, 10 minutes. Understanding how to find out this? Can you implement this in your program? Again. No problem. It is not a problem. I am just giving one logic. If you are not able to understand at least one logic, you can just focus on this. Otherwise, you can focus on your logic. Because that is arithmetic expressions, right? We can use n number of ways. There is n number of ways to find out the same solution. So you can use any, no problem. Here what I am saying is this is the same calculation whatever we did here. If I have to find out this value, first I will take 2000. How many 2000 I can take here? 17. 2000 into 17 is what? 34,000. So what I will do? I will find out the difference. What is the difference? 583. So in 583, how many 500 I can take? 1. So after that, what is the value? 83. Understanding? Then in 83, how many 200 I can take? No. How many 50 I can take in 83? 150 I can take, right? So I am taking 1. Then what is the remainder? After taking 50, what is the remaining data? 33. In 33, how many 20 I can take? 1. So remaining data is what? 13. In 13, how many 10 I can take? 1. Remaining data is 3. In 5, how many 3 I can take? 0. In 2, like in 3, how many 2 I can take? 1. Again 1 is there. 1 I can take in 1. Is that understanding, everyone? Any? How to take user input? Louder. Scanner. What is scanner? Okay, what is scanner? Class. Why you are saying scanner is a class? Starting with whatever, starting with the capital letter, it can be a class or it can be a name, a project name, class name, or something else is also there. We will discuss about that later. So right now we only know class and project, which will start from using the capital letter. So here we can see scanner is there. Scanner is also starting with the capital letter. So it is a class. It is a predefined class in Java. Predefined class means what? Already that class is created. Lot of functionalities are also there along with that class. We can use that for special purpose. System is also a class. String is also a class. Correct. Then scanner. First I have to create and okay, we know how to create a variable, right? Here we are going to create the variable, but it is not actually a variable. We are creating object. We will discuss about what is object, what is class, all those things later again in second module. But because even if I am saying that here right now, you will not understand. Why? I don't want to make that confusion. So just consider we are again creating a variable, but it is not actually a variable. It is an object. So I am giving a name. Scanner. Can I give scanner in this way? Is that same as the class name? No. Why? What is the difference? Casing is the difference. So Java is a case sensitive programming language. So what is mean by case sensitive? What is mean by case sensitive? If there is a case difference, that data, the items will be different items. That won't be same. It will not consider as same data. It will be different items. That is case sensitive. So I already said we are going to create an object. Creating an object means there is a syntax for that. Just note down this syntax. Class name, then object name, equal to, this is a keyword, new is a keyword, and after that we will again keep class name, then bracket opening and closing, parenthesis opening and closing, and semicolon. This is the syntax of creating an object in Java. We will again learn what is object, what is class in second module. Right now I am just showing this syntax of creating an object. Getting my point? You can right now you can consider this as a variable, just a variable. One variable is there, that is object. Fine. So class name, object name, new, and you can see class name with parenthesis. We used to learn we used to create some methods, right? In methods also we are using bracket. Bracket is representing the method, but here class name is given with a bracket opening and closing. What is this? This is not actually a class, right? Class name means I can only specify the class name. I don't have to specify bracket. So it is something else, something different. This is called, just note down. Deeply we will discuss all these things again in second module. While creating an object, I have to specify the new keyword and constructor of the class. Class will be this one. Constructor of the class means class name with opening and closing parenthesis. Noted? Everyone. So in the same way, scanner I given. After writing scanner, you can just click here, bring your cursor here, control space. So you can see This class name is created in different area of the program, right? Of Java. In Java system library, it is in a particular area. We have to take that into our program. So we have to import that class into our program. So from where we will import? Java dot util one package is there, name util package. From that package I have to take scanner. So I can just write a statement, import java.util.scanner. If you don't want to write that like manually, then you can just come here, select this, like not selecting, keep your cursor at the last, control space, enter. Understanding? Class name, then cursor you can keep here, control space, enter. It will import this line will automatically come. You don't have to write it manually. So importing the class. So we imported the class, we are creating an object, and in scanner, only for scanner, like for main method we have to give this thing default, right? One thing we are giving inside the bracket default. For all other user defined classes, user defined methods, we are not giving this. We will specify when it is like based on the requirement. If 2 data are required, 2 data we will specify. Understanding? So in that way, here also we have to give some default data. That is do you know what is system.in? What is system? System is a class. Okay. So what is the system.out.println? Printing something, right? Printing something in where? Console. So for that we are representing system.out, then print method will print all the data into the console. From console, if we are going to take something, we will specify system.in. Any doubt? That is why we are giving this as a parameter argument here. It is argument here, right? Argument means what? We are passing something. The one which we are passing is system.in. Why we are using system.in? Because I have to take the data from console. That is why system.in. If I am giving something to console, then system.out. Any doubt? Fine. So I created an object of scanner. Using this scanner object, I can take values from console. This is a predefined method, like predefined class and method we are going to use here to get the value from console to our program. So this will provide a communication between our main method and console. So it will whatever data we are giving in console will be taken into our program with the help of the scanner. Any doubt? So using scanner, how many methods I can access? Any idea? Like scanner is a class. Here our class name is what? Inside this class, if I am creating n number of methods, I can using this class I can access all the methods, right? In the same way, scanner is also a class. Inside that class we have lot of methods. So I am going to use one of the method from that class to take the value from console to our program. For that, the object name dot. If I am saying, like if I am keeping dot here, I can access all the methods which is available inside that particular class. Understanding? All the methods. To take integer data, which method we can use? Find out that method in your Eclipse. Check in your Eclipse how many methods are there for each data type, which method I can use to get the value from console. Find out that. So here we can find out all the methods that we can use for taking the value from console. For Boolean we can use next Boolean, next byte is there, next double is there, next float is there, next integer, next line. What is next line? You can see the return type of the method also. along with the method name, this is method name, right? This is method name. Along with the method name, you can see the return type. What data we can get from the, what type of data we will get from the method. That is also given. This is string. So next line is what? Giving string. So it will take the string data from the console. Next integer means it will take the integer data. Next boolean means it will take the boolean data. So boolean data is the one which we are going to get from the method. Return type is boolean. So in that way you can identify all the methods. So character, can you find out next character? Then how we will get character data? So anyway, we will try to get all the at least one or two primitive datas, or two primitive data and one non-primitive data we will try to get from console. So remaining you can just explore. I will show you two items. So for before taking the value from console, I have to give some message to user, right? Correct. So how can I give a message? Enter. First we will take boolean data. Enter boolean value. By seeing this message, user is understanding that he have to give boolean value. Otherwise user can give any data, right? It will be a mistake, error. So here we are specifying a boolean value. How can I take boolean value? Where will I store? So in a variable boolean, then variable name, anything. I am just giving bool here, equal to which method I have to use to get the value from console. Next boolean. Where is that next boolean? Scanner class. So scanner object dot next boolean. Do we have next boolean? Yes. So let's run the program. After taking the data, I will print that as fine. So I will take the value from console and I will print in the console as this is my boolean data, then the value. Understanding? So let's run the program. What is the message we are getting in console? That is the message we given first, right? This will print first. Enter the boolean value. By seeing this, user is understanding he have to give one boolean data. So he will give the boolean data. Whatever boolean data is giving, that will be taken by this method. This method will take that from the console and it will give in this portion. In this selected line of code, the data will be taken from the console and it will pass here. Understanding? That data we are storing into bool variable. Correct? And we will print the message with that boolean value. Understanding? Is that working? Our boolean data is going inside the program, right? From the console. From the console, the data is going into the program and it is printing, performing. Is that clear? Everyone? Doubt? Clear? So we are giving the value. This value is taken by what? Next boolean method, and next boolean method is inside scanner class. So we are using scanner class object. Scanner class object. Always whenever you have to use this data insertion from console, you have to use this scanner class. Scanner class, create the object. This will be same for all the programs. wherever you are using console operations, console taking values from console, at that time you have to create the object of scanner. This line will be same for all the programs. You will write the same line everywhere and you will learn this line, don't worry. So using that scanner, I am calling a method. This method is actually inside scanner class. So what is the method name? Next, boolean. This method will help us to take the value from console to our program. From console it is taking the value and giving it in the program. So that value, whatever value is coming from this method called, that data I have to store somewhere, right? So we are using bool variable. Boolean, bool variable is storing that data. Whatever data given by user is storing here. Any doubt? Okay, so how can I take the integer data? Can I take multiple value in a program? Okay. How can I store the integer value? I have to specify the integer data type, right? Int, then number equal to object name dot. Next int is the method we have to use. Next int. So you can see that second word first letter is capital, right? It is following the naming convention of Java. Method name. Then I will print the data. Whether it is taking or not, we have to verify. So we are printing the data just here, like this is my integer data plus what we can give, number. So what will be the output here from this program? First, what it will ask? First it will ask for boolean. We have to enter boolean. There is an order, right? Always the execution will start from this point. So every time one by one line is going to perform. So first it will ask for boolean data. We will give the boolean value. It will print the boolean value. Then it will ask for integer data. We will give the integer data. That data will be stored in a number and it will print. Okay. So it is asking for boolean value. This time I am giving false. So my boolean data is what? False. So that false is actually storing in bool. Correct. Then what is my integer data? We will give something. This is my integer data. What is it? What is the value? Same value, right? Where we are storing this value? Number. Any doubt? Is this clear? Program is what? User will give a minute. From this we have to find out how many years are there, days are there, order is important, hours are there, then minutes, right? So from the user input we have to find all these 4 parameters. So we have given these 2 lines. What is the use of these 2 lines? We are taking the input from user. What input we are taking? Minute value, and we are storing that in minutes. So minute contains the user input now. From that user input, what are the things we have to find out? Years, days, hours, minutes. How we can find out? We will use a method. How we can create a method? Public, static, return type we will discuss later, because I will show you that. So right now I'm keeping void. Method name, what we can give method name? Okay, get year, day, hour, minute from our given minute data. Then how many data is required for performing this operation? Okay, so int minutes. Then what is the first like how we can calculate that minute, year, days, hour, minutes? How we can calculate that data? What unit I have to find out first? The biggest one, right? What is the biggest one among this? Year. Okay. How we can find out years? I am finding years, right? So minute divided by how many minutes are there in 1 year? In 1 year, how many minutes are there? I don't want that value, I want the calculation. 60 into 24 into 365, right? Because we don't have to calculate that, computer will calculate for us. Why we are wasting our energy, right? So this is the minute value in 1 hour. This is the minute value. This is the minute value in 1 day. This is the minute value in 1 year. So we don't have to calculate it. Computer will calculate it for us. So based on that we will divide the value. So what we will get? We will get the year value. Correct or what? Understanding? Minute, total minutes divided by 1 year. Minutes in 1 year. Total minutes divided by minutes in 1 year will give us how many years are there. Yes or no? Then what is the next calculation? After finding this, how many remaining minutes are there in minutes? How many remaining? Anyway, we calculated the minutes in year, right? Whatever the minute is, that many minutes in year we found. So that we have to remove from this original total minutes. How we can remove that? How we can update that minutes? We have to update minutes, right? Minutes equal to, we have to remove that portion because it is total minutes. From the total minutes I have to remove the minutes in year. Minutes minus, if I am reducing year, that is not correct. Minus what? Year into what? 1 minutes in 1 year. Correct. If I am reducing year means consider a value so that it will be easy. Minute is what? 30, right? What is the value I given in question? One more 0 is there, right? Is this the value? Okay. We found the minutes in year. Correct. Something around 5 lakh. right? 5,25,000. So that value, this total minute value, this value divided by that value, 5 lakh value, what we will get? This value divided by total minutes in 1 year, what we will get? 5, correct. Year is 5. Can I directly reduce 5 from this total minutes? No, I have to reduce 5 into what? Minutes in 1 year. So this is actually year value is 5 right now. 5 into minutes in 1 year is what? Minutes in 5 year. Correct? So minutes in 5 year I am reducing from total minutes. So that value is removed. So I can check for the remaining minutes now. How can I find out? What is the next data we have to find out now? Days. How can I find out days? Total minutes. Total minutes into, no, total minutes divided by 60 into, correct? 1 day, how many minutes are there? 60 into 24 minutes. So that value we are dividing. Then how we can find out the remaining minutes? After finding the days, we have to reduce that part from the minutes, right? Understanding or what? Okay. So minutes minus day into (60 into 24). Because that portion we have to remove from the total minutes. Then only I can find out the remaining data. Then what is next? Hours. How can I find out hours? Minutes divided by 60, right? This is hour. How can I find out remaining minutes? Minutes minutes equal to minutes minus hour into 60. So that hour data is also removed from the total minutes. We will get the remaining minute here. Correct? These are just calculation, right? Whatever calculation we explained before, that same thing we are doing in a program way, right? A expression. We are creating an expression for that. So any doubt in why we are using these lines in middle? If we are not using these lines in middle, this minutes, finding the remaining minutes, if we are not using that, will this code give us the right answer? No, right? Understanding, right? We have to update that. After finding that 5 year is there, 5 year I can consider in this minute value, then I have to remove that portion from the total minutes, right? 5 year minutes value I have to remove from the total minutes. It is like money we calculated, 34,583. If I am using 2000 note 17 notes of 2000, I will make 34,000. So year, day, hour, minute, 4 units we are finding here. I have to send all these data back to main method. Can we pass multiple data using return statement? In this way, can we pass the multiple data? What is the problem here? It is void. Okay, can I change this void to any other int? Then again it is showing error. Why? how many data types I am specifying here? One, right? So only one data I can pass from here. Only one data. But I have to send all these 4 data. What is the idea? How can I pass? Someone is saying the correct answer. Louder. How can I pass the data? Louder. Correct. Correct. None of the other data type can contain different data types, right? Only string is there. String can contain multiple datas. It will be in string format. It will change the data type into string format and it will contain the data inside. So if I have to transfer multiple values from a method, I can just find out I can just concatenate all the datas into string. So that will become one data, and that one data we are transferring back to main method. Understanding what I am saying? String data, like that is how we are printing also, right? Multiple values, if I have to print, what we will do? Concatenation. We will add all the datas into one string. That string data will be transferred back to print statement, or here we are transferring this data back to main method. So is there any format specified in our program? Question? No? Check again. Okay, I am specifying one format here. Yes. What is the year value? 5, right? 5 years, comma 258 days, comma 8 hours and 10 minutes. This should be the format you have to print. So make the sentence here. Make the string here. How we can make the string here? See, one technique I will show you. You can just make a sentence in this way, copy that sentence, paste it in the string. Fine. Then instead of values, we will use the variable. Variable should be outside the bracket, double quotes. So how we can make it? For 5 I can give this here. What is the value? Year. Correct. Sorry, this is not S, this is years. Okay. 5 years. Okay. Minutes. Okay. This is my message. Fine. So I given 5 years. Then how can I print this value? Just remove that data. Keep 2 double quotes. Inside that keep 2 plus. What we added? What we added here? Double quotes. Inside that 2 plus. Inside that plus give the variable name. What is the variable name? Days. Okay, day. It should be years actually. It's okay. Right, multiple values are coming. Fine. So in the same way, how can I add here? Remove that double quotes, plus plus, which variable? Hour. Then here any doubt? So we made the output in format, and we are using return statement. So this string data, this entire thing will become a string data, right? This string data will transfer back to where we are calling this method. So from main method, what I have to do? I can just directly print system.out.println get year, day. That method I can call by passing minutes. Program done. Correct. In main method, what are the things we are doing? We are collecting the data, calling the method which should perform the logic, and printing the result. Correct? From this method, one string data is coming. That string data will print in this printer line. Doubt? Any doubts? Are you understanding what is the scanner of use of scanner class? Are you understanding this logic? Remaining all the programs are simple programs, right? Only this one you felt hard, difficulty. Correct? Remaining all are simple programs, right? So in the similar way, I am going to give you this program. You have these many nodes. Whatever amount I am saying, you have to find out how many nodes. All the nodes, only the nodes which have more than one, like at least one. If it is 0, you don't have to print that in console. If it is more than 1, you have to print. Or anything. Like I want the data in this format. I want the data in this format. If I am saying, if I am giving, as a user, if I am giving this value, remaining this you don't have to consider. If I am giving this value, you should print in this way. How many 2000 nodes you have to use? How many 500 nodes you can use, like this. Can you do this program? Because it is similar, right? Similar to whatever we did right now. So you will also get some more idea while working on that. If I am saying this is the code, write down this code, you will just copy paste it. You will not think, you will not make any new logic. So you can try to make this program, currency conversion. Keep a name as currency conversion, and whatever amount you can ask amount from user will give that amount. Based on that, you have to find out how many nodes will be there. How many nodes will be there, and what are the nodes available. 2017 nodes, 501 node, likewise. How many total nodes are there? 23 units. You don't have to say nodes because coins are also there. So 23 units. You have to print this both. This also you have to print, unit also you have to print. Is that clear? Can you try yourself? Open for questions, doubts. So by tomorrow you have to complete all that 14 programs along with this. All the primitive data we can directly take using methods in scanner class. But for character we don't have a direct method. Then how we can take character data to our program? For all, you can see next int, you can see next boolean, you can see double, next float, next long, next short, next byte, right? For character there is no method available. Next char is not there, right? How we can take string data to program? How can we take string data into the program? Enter your name. Enter your name. How we can take string data? Variable is what? No, data type is string. Variable is name. Then which method I can use? Object dot next, and next line is there. Next and next line. So first I am using next. My name is name. Correct? So I'm going to run the program. What we will get? Enter your name. I'm giving my name. What is your expected output? My name is. Why I am not getting remaining data? So next is using for word. It will take only one word. When it is finding the first space, it will stop there. This is one word, right? So it will take only one word. Then what is next line? Next line. So I am giving same Ajin G Thomas. What I am getting? Till I am giving enter button, new line button. Whatever data I given, that will be taken here. Understanding? Very first next line, enter button. Where I am keeping that enter button, till that point whatever data is there, that will be taken. Next line and next. Any doubt? This is how we will take the string data. Next line and next. It is like print ln and print. Print will print in same line, right? It will not go to the next line. ln will go to the next line. Same here. Next will take the first word. Next line will take the sentence. More than one word. One sentence it will take. Then that is string data. So why I introduced this string data, because for taking character data, first we have to use next. What data we are taking from this? String, right? Using next method we will get a string data. From that string data we can take one particular character. From the string data. String is what? Collection of character. Collection of character. So from that string data I can take a particular character, because so this is a string data. In Java, for the string data we will have index positions. It will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again from M is 10. Don't consider the space. I'm just keeping space to identify. So M will be 10. M will be 10th index position. A will be 11. Then S will be 12. What is the size of this string? How many characters are there? 13 characters are there, right? Index position is starting from 0 to 12. 0 to 12. 13 characters are there. So from this each data, if I am saying this A is a character, right? Collection of character is string. So A is a character. N is a character. Where is N? In which index position? 3. So if I am specifying 3, I should get N. Understanding what I am saying? Index position in character. Each data is character of a string. Correct? String is a collection of characters. So we have a method. So on that string data, I am going to apply another method. Char at specifying index position 0. What will I get? A. Can I store that in string? A character data type is different, right? So I have to specify what is the data type? Char. Then variable name will be letter, ch, anything. Correct? One variable also I have to specify. So whatever the character is, specified character will be stored in that variable. This will be same as string data. We will take the string data. On that string, we are specifying a index position. What character is available in that index position will be stored in letter. Any doubt? So this is the only one way to take character data. So what will I get if I am keeping this as my code here? What will I get? My input is Ajin or Ajin G Thomas. Okay, what is the error? Okay, there is no name. Letter. This is my letter. Here I am not taking letter name, right? I am taking a letter. My or character. Okay, so I'm going to run the program. It is asking for name only. I'm giving name Ajin G Thomas. What will I get as result? Why? From this, which data is going to be taken? Next is there, right? Which data is going to take from this output? Louder. You are correct. It will take only the first word, right? First word is, because I am using next method. So it will take the first data. Correct. After taking first data, what we are doing on that string data, I am applying dot character at which position? So character at 0th index position is what? A. Understanding? So I am going to run. This is my character. What is the character? A. So can I change here something else? For what will I get? What will I get? If I am giving 3, what will I get? N. If I am giving 4, then? If I am giving 5, then? Are you sure? If I am giving 5, will I get G? No. That is what I am asking. What will I get? What will I get? Will I get G? Then? What happened? What is the error? String index out of range. Why? My first word count is what? 4. What is the last index position of that count, that word? 3 is the last index position. So I am specifying 5. Is that possible? No. So I have to specify something which is inside the range.